Hello, so I want to show you how you can add users to your board. We've come around to most of your rooms and added a password. Your password is going to be your phone extension. So if you go to your phone, you'll have a number. Most of yours, it's 2 in your room number. Some of you are not. But when this admin screen pops up, I'm going to put in this password. Please don't share this out with a student. So you want to have your board open before students get into your room. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to settings and we're going to scroll through our settings until you get to multi-users. So this is a good thing for you. You can add yourself so that you can have your own password to protect your drive. I'm going to show you how to add a substitute account. And then if there are multiple teachers in a room, this is how you're going to get around using that. So we should have turned multi-users on when we put your password in. So you're just going to touch multi-users. And you're not going to mess with this one that says admin and keep the guest turned off. So I'm going to add a user and I'm just going to call it my name. So this is going to be my user account. And I'm going to choose next. And here I can set up a password. So I can make this password whatever I want it to be. You don't have to share it with me or with technology or with anybody. So I've made my own personal passcode. And now I have an account. So I'm going to touch the settings wheel, and this is very important that you do this, and I'm going to put permissions of installed apps. I will tell you, we talked about Chromium, that we didn't want Chromium. You can turn Chromium off here, and then it won't show on your page. So that's what you're going to do for that, and you're going to be set up. I want to show you how to add a substitute account. So you can add a user and call it substitute. And you can give whatever passcode you want that you could share with the substitute. So I'm just going to make this 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you hit the settings wheel, what you can do with the substitute is you can determine what apps you want the substitute to be able to access. So maybe I want them to be able to use my whiteboard. I don't want them to be able to use the internet. I don't want them to be able to get to the file explorer. I don't want them to be able to change settings or screen share. So there's things that I can turn on and off depending on what I want them to see. If there's another person in my classroom, I could then add them. So now when I go to my board, when I touch my power button, there's a log out button, and I'm going to log out. You'll notice that the admin, which is what I've logged into initially, is there. My substitute account is also there. So when I switch to substitute, and you're going to need to go through this process and log them on at least one time first, because it's going to ask them for their Google account. We don't want them logging in with a Google account. You're going to press get started, and where it says log in with your Google account, we're just going to skip that. And now this is what the substitute's going to see, and they're going to have access to the things that I gave them access to. They can use the whiteboard app, but they're not going to be able to add things through the App Store. They're not going to be able to load things. They're not going to be able to get into my Google Drive. And settings is showing there, but it does not give them permission to go into settings. So if you have a sub, you can just have them log out. It'll erase everything. Now I'm going to be, because I'm the other person in the room, I'm going to click on my account. I'm going to put in my password. I'm going to log in. Oh no. Did I do my password wrong?
I'll pause it.
Okay, sorry for the slight hiccup. I'm going to touch on mine. I'm going to log in with the password that I set up for myself. And I'm going to log in. And so it's going to be the same thing like it did with the substitute. I'm going to press get started, but here I'm going to put in my Google credentials. So I'm going to hit next. It's going to spin. And I'm going to put in my Google account. Okay, so I've put in my cjackson@nhsdragons.org. I hit next. I've entered my password. I'm going to hit next. and it's going to ask me if I agree. If you want to use the board, you're going to have to agree, and it's going to check my info. It's going to load my Google services. I'm going to press OK, and now I'm logged into the board as me. It asks me if I want to reset my password. I don't, because I set it up initially, but if for some reason you did want to reset your password, you could do it here. So you'll notice that my Google Play Store is here. So now I can go in and I can download my Chrome, and I can download my Drive, whatever apps I want, and nobody else is going to have access to this screen except for me. So it's kind of like logging into your computer. You're going to actually log into your board as yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. Any issues with the computers or that kind of thing that you're having, technology can help you with that. Thanks. Okay, so you just thought you were through with me. I want to remind you, though, you have to hit this power button and you have to log out for this to work. If you don't log out of your board, it's still going to be logged into you. So you can log out or you can shut down. It's going to ask you if you want to close everything and log out. You do. So make sure that you're doing that at night. When you power your board off, it's going to prompt back up to this screen. But if you just walk out and your board doesn't go to sleep or it doesn't shut down, somebody's still going to be logged into your stuff. So it's super important. Power button and log out.